Hello friends, welcome to youtube.com oblique Dr. Ved channel. I am Dr. P.R. Patel, Professional Head Veterinary Medicine. Today we will see very important disease, amphistomiasis. It is very important because it is very commonly occurring in the field condition. Amphistomiasis part 1 we will discuss here synonym, definition, etiology, general life cycle of amphistomes, epidemiology part, and factors responsible for outbreak of the amphistomiasis. Amphistomiasis is an important endoparasitic disease of cattle. It is important for field also, it is important for the examination point of view also. The synonym of amphistomiasis is stomach fluke disease because the adult amphistomes stay in the rumen. So it is named as stomach fluke disease. Understand the definition of amphistomiasis. Amphistomiasis is a parasitic disease of ruminants. More common ruminants affected are cattle, sheep, goat, and wild ruminants. The disease is caused by various amphitome species. There are so many species, later on we will see. Intermediate host is planorbid snails. This is the main snail. It caused as a intermediate host. Understand here the etiology part. The amphistomes parasite are called as a stomach flukes because the adult stay in stomach location in the rumen. So it is stomach fluke or conical fluke because the shape of the parasite is conical. So by shape name is given conical flukes. There are so many amphistomes that causes the disease in various areas. The name of these are Paramphistomum gotoi, Paramphistomum cervi, Cotylophoron cotylophorum, Calicophoron calicophorum, Cylenocotyl streptocilium, Cylenocotyl scolicilium, Gigantocotyl explanatum, Gastrothylax crumenifer. Like this, many other 15 to 20 species are there and they are grouped and they cause a common disease, almost a similar disease, that is amphistomiasis. The morphology of parasite. The adult parasites are conical pear shaped. The color is a pink or red, that is helpful for the diagnosis, and quite big parasite 15 millimeter long, that means 1.5 centimeter. It can be easily seen by the naked eyes. These parasites attach to the lining of rumen. Location of the adult flukes is in the rumen. But the immature flukes found in duodenum and they are of 1 to 3 mm size. They are quite small. For their diagnosis, it requires magnifying glasses because they are small in size. Here we will see general life cycle of amphistomes. We have seen so many species. The life cycle of each one differs slightly. So here we will see only a general life cycle. This life cycle is important to study because we can understand the progress of disease and how it is occurring. Because of the study of life cycle, we are able to control the disease. We can prevent the disease. These things are very important for the competitive examinations. If you study at the last moment, you will not be able to remember. So you have to see this video frequently. When your baseline is perfect, you can remember the things very easily and you become the successful clinician. So requested veterinary students to see this video regularly. I have prepared this video not too much detail but only details required for the students as well as for the veterinarians. So here we will see general life cycle of amphistomes. The life cycle is indirect. It requires two hosts, definitive host, the ruminants, and intermediate host, the snail. There are two requirements here, but over and above, there is third requirement, that is free living form of the amphistome require external phases, external environment such as water and plants. So for the parasitic or for the disease, three things are required: definitive host ruminants, intermediate host snail, and water and plants. Then and then they can produce disease successfully. The adult the adult amphistomes, they are located in the rumen. They are attached to the lining of the rumen, villi of the rumen. They shed the eggs and eggs appear in feces. The egg hatch into the ciliated miracidia. This miracidia then enters the body of the snail. Now the cycle starts in the snails. The name of snails are Bulinus and Planorbis. These two species are important. Many species are there. The miracidia, now they are in snail, lost their cilia to become sporocyst. After few days, they develop into radia, and these radia are rapidly liberated. We continue the life cycle. Now, radia contains cercaria. The mature cercaria possess two eye spots and a long, slender tail. With the help of this, they find plants, aquatic plants, and they get attached and insist to become a metacercaria. Now, our ruminants, mammalian, they are the direct host and they get the infection during grazing. Ruminants host ingest the infective larva. Now, the rest of the thing starts in our ruminant. First, we have seen in ruminant adult passes the egg, then it goes to the snail, cycle in the snail. Now, from the snail, it comes to pasture, Now it enters into the ruminants. Then they reach the duodenum and jejunum. The cysts are removed. These are called as immature amphistomes. The immature amphistomes are very dangerous if they are large in number. From here, the pathology starts. They cause damage. These immature worms penetrate the intestinal wall. Remember, immature forms are dangerous. Adult form is not much dangerous. These immature amphistomes penetrate the intestinal wall, especially the wall of duodenum, jejunum. They cause destruction of the mucosa. They attach to the mucosa. They suck the blood also. And then they migrate to the rumen. And in the rumen, they grow into the adult. Again, they lay mature, they lay eggs, and cycle starts. Here I have explained this life cycle in a very simple way, very few steps, which is very essential for the study. We have studied life cycle. It is very important. Similarly, epidemiology is also very much important to understand the disease. That will be helpful for us to prevent, control, and to treat the cases. The disease is present all over the world: India, Africa, and Australia. The endemic angiotic cases are occurring in all states of India. So disease is very important for us. It is important disease of animal husbandry. All ages of the ruminants are susceptible: cattle, sheep, goat, and wild ruminants. And they get the infection while grazing. The young animals are more susceptible than the adult. Again, young animals are more susceptible than older animals, adult animals. The older animals get regularly infection and they get immunity also. So they are not much sufferer, but they act as a carrier, and constantly the eggs of amphiostome passes into the feces and they spread the disease over the larger area. Again, the season and environment is very much important. The outbreaks are more common in warmer zones, in drier months, immediately after flood and heavy rain. After flood and heavy rain, there are drier months and warmer zones. It is helpful for the snail. It is helpful for the parasite also. So outbreaks are more common in warmer zones and drier months. The pasture is heavily infested with encysted cercaria and they cause the disease outbreaks. Here we will study something about the intermediate host. Mostly the intermediate host is planorbid snails. Remember this thing. Planorbid snails. Many snails are there, but most common is planorbid snails. The snails multiply very rapidly in watery and warm climate. See, the season and climate and temperature is important for snail. Snail multiply very rapidly in watery area and warm climate. The snails infest pasture nearby to waterlogged areas because snails are found in waterlogged areas. The infected snail infect the pasture with amphistome parasites. Near the water area, the pasture and grass are lush green plants. Near the streams, ponds, and other sources. So, because of these lush green plants, lush green grass, the animals are attracted to graze, which is full of infected snails and infection. And this is how the ruminants get infection of amphistomiasis. The outbreaks of amphistomiasis are occurring frequently every year and in certain area. So which are the factors responsible for this outbreak? One is the management practices, second is the environmental factors conducive for both for the amphistome, for the snail and for ruminants. Intermediate host and its requirement, definitive host and its requirement, and the eggs contain miracidium when passed in the feces. So these factors are responsible for outbreak. How they are responsible, we see one by one each in the next slides. First we will see managemental factors. Here we will see how the management practices causes outbreak. If the animals are raised extensive system of management totally outside and purely maintained on pasture, especially near the infected area, waterlogged area, they are suffering more. More outbreaks are observed in these animals. The animals which are grazing near the pond area, near the waterlogging area, and if the months are drier months, season, after the high rainfall, during drier months, more cases are occurring. During this drier month, after rain, the snail population become active and they are more concentrated. Because of the water ledging area, there is a fresh, lush green, palatable grass are also more. So animals are attracted. And this system, this season, this environment is favorable for encystation of metacercaria. In this pond area and other green area, there is green grass. The animals are attracted for grazing and animal get the infection. So very important thing, if there is enjutic area or if the infection is there, raise the animal intensively instead of exentive system. Second factor is environmental factor. It is also very important. Season is important, temperature is important, light is also important. And how it is important, we see here. The drier month season after high rainfall or a flood that is suitable for both snails and parasites and causes more disease. The warmer area, the warmer months, the temperature is also warm. That causes embryonation of miracidium and maturation of the cercaria. It happens at 27 degrees centigrade. Sunlight is also very much important in warmer areas. Sunlight is more. Strong light influences release of cercaria from snail. So environmental factor is also very important for the outbreak. We have seen management factor, we have seen environment factor. The third factor is intermediate host. Intermediate host is snail. For the disease outbreak, availability of suitable snail is a must. Otherwise, outbreak will not occur. Remember here, the young snails are highly susceptible to parasite than adult. Young snails occur when the suitable environment is there. Again, young snails are highly susceptible than adult. Similarly, young ruminants are highly susceptible than adult. Both the case. Young snail are highly susceptible and young ruminants also highly susceptible than adult. The multiplication of the snail occurs very fast in a warm and watery environment. So when there is warm and watery environment, more outbreaks and more cases of empisthomiasis is observed. We have said first factor management practices, second factor environment, third intermediate host. Now coming to the definitive host, our ruminants. Young animals are highly susceptible than adult. When young become old, they are constantly getting the infection. So this pre-infection causes immunity. They induce immunity. So adults are immune, but adult ruminant contain adult fluke in the rumen. Adult ruminant contain adult fluke in the rumen, but they are resistant. So these flukes constantly passing the eggs in the feces. So these adults and older animals are dangerous. They contain infection, they contain adult emphistomes, they pass the egg in the feces and they spread the disease emphistomiasis over a larger area. Dear friends, I have described the video in somewhat detail because it is very much necessary for competitive examination, for the examination and for the field purpose also. At last moment, if you prepare, it is impossible to remember the things. So continually observe the video so that you can make your baseline. If baseline is perfect, your knowledge will be perfect and you will get more and more knowledge because you have to now make competition with the bright students, with the top students. So if you observe my video thoroughly, I am giving a baseline and somewhat detail also. So it will be very easy for you to get the job and to pass the competitive examination. Requested to share the information to veterinary students and other related veterinarians, related persons. Requested to subscribe this channel so that I will come out with more and more such interesting videos in detail so that it can enrich the knowledge of student as well as veterinary officers. Thank you very much for observing the video.